All right, let's do this one last time.
Fan of street meat, huh? Well, how do you feel about pulled pork? Seems like no matter how many messes I clean up, every multiverse has another set of numbskulls to deal with. You've got criminals, robots, shapeshifters, evil scientists, arms dealers, politicians, and it goes on and on and on. You know, you're all pretty lucky I'm so good at superheroing. Is that a word?
Looking to find your trip to stardom? Your time in the limelight?
Go on.
Then today's your lucky day! Mojo World Incorporated is accepting new applicants for our Saturday morning time slots. Perform for an audience of devoted fans. Be admired near and far. Become famous overnight!
Oh, famous, huh? Are we talking like a niche kids cartoon that adults also sort of love famous, or...?
But wait, there's more!
Answer me! Oh, right, you can't hear me.
Work under the illustrious Mojo himself, whose overwhelming power and influence in viewership will help you achieve your wildest dreams. At Mojo World, when Mojo wins, we all win!
That doesn't sound that sinister, right?
Right?
Excuse me, what now?
Haha!
Well, that commercial was weirder than tofu bacon, but I could be famous! People would actually laugh when I paused for laughter. Huh, I wonder where I can find this Mojo guy anyway.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 video. They just released this new promo featuring a whole bunch of Easter eggs, some Tom Holland, some Venom, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We're also doing a giveaway for the Spider-Man Miles Morales PlayStation 5 game, or the PlayStation 4 version, depending on which version you have. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and let me know what kind of Easter eggs and versions of Spider-Man you want to see in Spider-Verse 2. But if you didn't see it, Marvel just released this new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse clip featuring John Mulaney's Spider-Ham, Tom Holland, full-blown Venom, and a bunch of other Marvel characters from different universes. Like we have Mojo, there's even Ultron in the background. So this is them just having fun with that character, doing a tie-in promo featuring way more multiverse stuff than they did in the first film. If you didn't buy the Blu-ray for the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie, they did something like this for that, only it was like a full-blown bonus cartoon episode for Spider-Ham, just featuring a bunch of extra content. I'll explain that a little bit at the end of the video. But if you don't remember, Tom Holland actually did an interview after the first Spider-Verse movie came out, explaining that he was about to be in the movie with a special cameo scene, but at the last second, the Sony people said no dice to the producers.
At one point, I was supposed to be in it. Yeah, there was going to be another Peter Parker.
Really?
Like, there was like a scene in a train
like
station or something,
dimension.
and like, it was going to be like an Easter egg. I was going to walk through the background and say like, "Hey kid" or something, and never happened. I'm heartbroken. But I'm just excited for us to introduce Miles into our own universe one day. I think that's going to be really cool.
Should be wild.
Yeah,
Should be a wild, wild time.
Tom, can you tell us about the Spider-Verse?
Honestly, mate, I'm sick of this Spider-Verse stuff, right? I'm the only Spider-Man. It's me, only one there ever is and ever will. Greg!
Sorry.
Lord and Miller explained that it was all part of their idea to go full Spider-Verse and have cameo scenes from all the previous live-action Spider-Man movie actors, including Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, coming back as their versions of Spider-Man. It's too bad that didn't work out the first time, but this is them just teasing that they'll eventually get to that Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield stuff eventually in the animated Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies. Yes, I know there are rumors about live-action Spider-Verse stuff happening during Tom Holland's Spider-Man 3 movie. They're still in the middle of filming that right now. Tom Holland has been posting a lot of stuff from behind the scenes on his social media accounts, but right now most of the scenes that they're filming, as of me posting this video, are inside a studio, so we can't actually see what they're filming. They were filming outside a couple weeks ago, doing some big web-slinging stunts with Spider-Man and Zendaya's MJ, just confirming they'll be continuing that joke of her flipping the hell out when he takes her web-slinging. This time, not so much for fun though, because the whole premise of Spider-Man 3 is that he's wanted by everyone. The world thinks he killed Mysterio because of that fake video footage he released to J. Jonah Jameson in the Daily Bugle. But if you wondered why they had that funny MJ scene at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, this is why. Like she says, we're never doing that again. And movie logic holds true. The minute a character says they're never doing something again, it means that they're doubling down and doing it way more in the sequel, cranked up to 11. It's not really a new concept, him swinging around with MJ. They did it all the time during the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man era and during Andrew Garfield. The funny thing about the web-slinging scenes during the first Spider-Man movie, though, is if you look at it, the way they filmed it, her hair actually blows the wrong direction just because of the actual technology that they used to film these scenes. And if you really look at it, you can kind of tell that she's using a mannequin to swing around like this. So obviously over the last 15 years, the technology that they used to film these types of scenes has evolved. But there have been a bunch of fan trailers and clips posting online for Spider-Man 3. There was a Sony producer who claimed we get an official teaser trailer of some kind or a preview of some sort before the end of the year. And guess what? It is the end of the year as of me posting this video. The big CCXP Worlds convention is this weekend, and all the major studios are doing panels. Warner Brothers is even doing a full-blown 6-hour panel on Sunday for all their movies and new TV shows they have coming to HBO Max. Marvel, I believe, is doing some kind of panel. I haven't heard anything official about what Sony is planning, but pretty safe bet that they'll have some sort of Tom Holland Spider-Man 3 preview, maybe a new Morbius trailer, maybe another first look or a teaser for Venom 2. Whatever they wind up releasing or any new information about the movies, of course I'll totally make videos for it, so no worries. All that starts this Friday, I believe. As long as you have alerts enabled for my channel, you'll see any of the videos that I post for that. But I don't think the really big stuff is happening till Saturday and Sunday. The other really big surprise from this promo is the full-blown Venom. I think we all expected them to do some Venom Easter eggs during the animated Spider-Verse movies eventually. We just didn't know when or which version of Venom it would be because we have the ultimate Spider-Man version, which is Miles Morales from the comics, and some of the other versions that they've done in the Spider-Verse movie are straight out of the comics. But for instance, Jake Johnson's 40-something midlife crisis Spider-Man is meant to be an amalgam of every live-action version of Spider-Man so far. That's why during the Let's Do This One Last Time version of his origin story, they have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man train scene, the upside-down kiss in the rain, the Andrew Garfield, the Tom Holland stuff all baked in. He's not meant to be any one specific comic book version of the character. But if Venom winds up being a featured character in the new movie or one of the future sequels, no idea who they get to voice him. They did such a good job with that first movie that I totally trust their judgment when it comes to picking which versions of Spider-Man to do and casting the voice actors. Whatever they wind up doing, it's going to be awesome. Right now, though, the animated Spider-Verse 2 movie is currently supposed to be released October 7th, 2022. It's still a ways off. That's just because the animation is so complex, it takes forever to finish. For example, it took an army of animators about 4 years to make that first Spider-Verse movie, so that's why it's taking them about 4 years to get the sequel out. The other day, you may have also caught the official Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Twitter account releasing new teasers of the different versions of Spider-Man that they've confirmed will show up during Spider-Verse 2. Most of them we already know about from the first teaser trailer they released last year with the different Spider-Man logos. I've already done a separate video explaining all those different versions, so I'll add a link at the end of this and in the description if you want to learn about all those different versions. The only one that Lord and Miller have actually confirmed openly is Japanese Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Marvel even just released a full-blown documentary episode about that character as part of their new Marvel 616 Disney Plus series. During that, they actually revealed that Stan Lee himself saved the show from being canned early on. If you're not familiar with the backstory on the Japanese Spider-Man, it's not an alternate version of Peter Parker. The person's name is Takuya Yamashiro. He gets his powers from an alien. I know it sounds kind of crazy. He has accessories like the special GP7 car, and his giant robot is named Leopardon. And that's really what people think of when they think of Japanese Spider-Man, that giant mech. I can't wait to see how they include that in Spider-Verse 2. But as for that other big bonus cartoon that they released with the first movie, if you didn't get the Blu-ray, it features a much larger origin story for Spider-Ham, way longer than this promo. It plays like a supersized version of the quicker Spider-Ham monologue scene when he's explaining his backstory. A regular old spider that was bitten by a radioactive pig. That's why it's not weird for him to eat hot dogs. You may remember all the memes when the movie came out because there was actually promos of him eating hot dogs. Some people who didn't know his backstory started to flip. But if we get any more details about Spider-Verse 2 or they release any kind of trailer or teaser for Spider-Man 3, Venom 2, or Morbius this month at CCXP or somewhere else, of course I'll do videos. Everyone click here for my new Mandalorian Season 2 Episode 5 Ahsoka Tano video, and click here for that other Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 trailer with all the different versions of the character. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.